Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon. Welcome to the fourth episode of Voices of MGSEB, a platform where we explore the stories of leaders who dare to dream, innovate and transform. So I'm Prof. Azizi, your host. Today we are truly honored to have with us Dato Kamarul Mohamed, founder and CEO of Aerodyne Group, Malaysia's very own global tech success story. So from humble beginning, Aerodyne has taken flight to become one of the world's leading drone tech companies, ranked among the global top players and operating in more than 30 countries. His journey is one of courage and conviction, from limited resources to building a company that now shapes industries with drones, AI and data-driven solutions. Dato Kamarul has shown that a Malaysian company can compete with the very best in the world. And what makes his story even more inspiring is his vision beyond business. A vision that Malaysia's youth can lead in innovation if we nurture creativity, resilience and the right skills for the future. So in this episode, we'll talk about Aerodyne's global journey, the future of drone and AI tech, and the role of education in preparing the next generation of innovators. So welcome to Voices of MGSEB, Dato Kamarul.
Thank you, Prof. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, and thank you for hosting us here today at Aerodyne campus in Cyberjaya. So this is a special podcast. So Bismillah ala barakatillah. Dato, just to warm up our session today, if you were not in tech today, what do you think you would be doing?
Right. One thing that I really love is actually photography.
Photography.
Yeah, in fact, I was a professional photographer for a couple of years.
Wow.
So I enjoyed during that time. And because of that, I traveled to over 125 countries. So it was a very enlightening period of time for me.
Yeah. So what's actually the link between that and what you do now?
Oh, okay. In fact, actually, that's the part where it gave birth to Aerodyne. So I was doing that for a couple of years from my previous career. I'm actually a chartered accountant. So from there, then I started to do photography as a passion. And a couple of years after that, I started to use drone. So I bought the first drone in Malaysia at that time. These were early days.
When was that?
I think that was 1999, I think, maybe. Yeah, around those times.
I haven't heard of drone yet.
Yeah. And it was not cheap. Today you can get drone for a couple of thousand. That drone cost me 150,000
ringgit.
Dollars.
Wow.
Dollars, yeah.
Okay, very interesting. So let's go. Today we are gonna have like 5 segments.
Okay.
And the first segment would be on a bit of Aerodyne story. Okay, we talk about, you have a degree, not a degree, a CCA, professional qualified accountant, with a love in photography. Then you joined the drone tech. So what was the aha moment that led you to start Aerodyne?
Yeah, the aha moment was when I was doing my MSc. Yeah, I did my MSc as well. But of course, again, founders, you don't compete. You just go there to learn. So I did MSc at the university. And it was interesting. It was really on digital transformation. The new idea at that time, digital transformation, IoT and all that. I thought I did well. During the class itself, I know my academic poster was voted the best. My lecturer actually came to me and said, "Can we use this as a sample?" For example, right? That when it comes to the writing the actual thesis itself, I say I don't have time for this. I work out. But I learned the concept during my MSc in digital transformation. So from that idea, I started Aerodyne.
So after your SCCA, then you work, and at the same time you did your
my
MSc
in digital transformation.
That was in the UK.
Yeah, I was already in Malaysia, so it's a distant program. I go there to the university, I come back.
So you started Aerodyne in Malaysia?
In Malaysia, yes.
Not when you were
when I was in UK, I started a different company. That company still exists in today. But that company now is a subsidiary of Aerodyne. That is a digital media company.
Okay.
Which is these guys. This is the Prism team.
Wow. Okay. So was there a moment when you realized Aerodyne could compete and win on the global stage?
Not at that stage. So when we started, initially was just the idea of it. But the year was 2018.
2018.
When I was in the UK, 16, 17, 18, that was the beginning of the drone industry. And we have PwC published a paper called Clarity from Above. And they talk about how drone technology can be worth 128 billion by 2020. So it got me very excited because I see that there is a big market ready for disruption. So this technology can do all kind of things, right? So I would go to the UK every year since 2015. No, earlier than that, until 2009, 2010, 11, 12, to go to the commercial UAV show in London O2, O2 Arena. So that was when I started to meet, mingle. I know a lot of people, and that. It was then when I came back, I started the company.
Okay. You are now operating in more than 30 countries?
The footprint in 35 countries where we do some operation. Offices, we have 14 offices.
So you have offices in 14 countries.
Yes.
So how do you decide which technologies or services to introduce in each market?
Okay. It didn't start with a dream. It's always about, when you do any business, it's really about solving problems. Right? So I was looking on what to solve. So you don't do things because you like drone or you are an expert in data. You do anything because you want to solve real world problems. So as I was doing my other business, I had a chance encounter to meet the CEO of a very large, probably the largest property developer in Malaysia. I remember the fateful day that I was talking to him. A friend arranged for the meeting. So I was asking him, what's your biggest problem in construction? Right? I mean, and he told me, information comes to me 2 months too late. So by the time I do any intervention, 2.5 months have passed. So it's too late, right? It's too late. So ideally, I want to have information real time, immediately. And I still remember he said, and it resonates with me until today, he said, if you can solve this problem, count me in as your customer.
Okay.
Yeah. So I then came, okay, Dato, you give me 1 week, I come back next week and I present to you something. So that's how actually Aerodyne started.
Okay. So meaning that you are looking for problems.
I was hunting
and find
for
ways to
I was hunting for problems. Hunting for
Okay.
problem to solve. Yeah.
Okay. And I'm sure that each country has different needs.
Every countries have different needs and nuances, but I think the core problem to solve are still the same.
Still the same.
It's how they operate, how the severity might be different, but I think the core issues that needs to be solved are pretty aligned. It's pretty the same. Yeah, quite aligned. Yeah.
So what are the early challenges and how those challenges shape Aerodyne's DNA? I saw the formula near the
The formula is relatively new.
Okay.
Maybe we can go to that as part 2.
Okay, alright.
So the first problem was building capabilities.
Okay.
Yeah, building capabilities. In fact, we have a chart of the growth of the company. Right? So building capabilities is really about, you need to have the right people to manage. You need to have the right people that can build the technology itself. So the main thing that I was doing at that time was really thinking about finding the right people to join the force. In the beginning, obviously, you don't have the resources, right?
Yeah.
You don't have recording tak boleh.
Tak boleh.
Okay. So again, limited resource. So the first bunch of people that I hired, I still remember at that time I attended the career fair. Mukris Mahadi was my senior at MRSM. So I remember him texting. He said, I'm doing a recruitment job fair in Kedah, in Jerlun. He said, can you come and join me? And then they know about what I was doing. So I went there. So I hired 5 people. At that time, those were my pioneering team.
5.
Yeah, and they're here still here until today.
Okay.
Only one left recently because he needs to go back to the kampung.
Okay.
So that's how we started. The biggest problem was finding the right people.
Okay, before we go deeper into the Aerodyne's journey, you have been very successful. You have footprints in 35 countries. Pretty quick, I would say. What lessons from Aerodyne's journey could Malaysia's entrepreneurs take away?
I'm not sure about very successful, but it's more of I wouldn't define the numbers as our success. The numbers really is the mean for us to go there.
Yeah.
But how we execute this is actually about first, me and my team. It's about having the vision and having clear purpose of what needs to be done, and most importantly is the bravado, the bravery to actually execute the plan. So that was how we did it. And 2016 was the first time we ventured out of Malaysia.
When was it?
2016.
Okay.
Yeah. So we tried. First we went to Australia. And it was surprising for us that they were very receptive. Okay. Even though there are a lot of people that were already doing drone, but they have not seen anybody that were doing it the way we did it, which is really solving industrial problem, the DX issue. So it was amazing. I still remember it's in our record book. We attended a conference in Melbourne at that time, and 2 weeks later, or maybe a month at most, we signed a $5 million deal. That's big money. It's still big today, right?
Yeah.
So to me, that was very encouraging for us, and that fueled our hunger to continue other regions as well.
So if I can say, it is actually about the value that you offer.
Really about solving problem, value that can solve the problem.
That can solve the problem. So borders is not an issue if we have the right value, the right solutions to offer.
But the approach will be different.
Okay.
The approach I also realized later, not from day one, that we need to approach this different market very differently.
Because of the cultural differences,
work ethics, because of the various nuances. So that's what the part that we were struggling throughout the journey as well.
Okay. So thank you, Dato, for the insights of the early stage of Aerodyne. Let's go to the second segment on the latest tech development. Can you share some of Aerodyne's latest technological breakthroughs and their impact?
Right. So when we started, we were a DSP, drone service provider.
Okay, drone service provider.
And it has a high mode at that time because it requires engineering, requires pilot, it requires knowledge of the ecosystem to get regulatory approval. So it's not easy to do this, right? So we started that as a DSP, and we grew. We grew through our global expansion as well. And we were first ranked number 7 globally. We were quite shocked as well. Then we went up to number 3, and then a year later we were the largest already. But then again, that was as drone service provider. But a couple of years after that, I realized already the mode as a drone service provider has depleted. It's not really about drone anymore.
Okay. It's about the brain of the drone?
It's really more about DX, digital transformation, the impact of drone, because drone really are just vehicle.
Yeah.
The vehicle or the means for you to do that, and you have the data. So what does the data do in order to disrupt their businesses?
Okay.
So faster, our mantra is it. Faster, better, cheaper, safer.
Okay.
That's the-
Faster, better,
cheaper.
cheaper, safer.
Cheaper means relatively cheaper.
Yeah,
It's not cheap.
Okay. You mentioned about this digital transformation. You know, drone tech and AI is evolving very, very fast.
That's correct. Yeah.
But the speed is just, you know, what's the next big leap in the next probably 3 to 5 years?
Okay. I think the next. I think it's not next. The process has already happened right now.
Yeah.
Number one is already about autonomy
Mm.
and swarm intelligence. What it means is that swarm intelligence.
Wow.
Right.
Okay. New term.
Okay. Right. So if you think about drone today, it's operated by human.
Mm.
Okay. Drones are already very smart. It already fly by itself. Right? It can fly. Pilots really just tell you where to go and all that, and then pilot will decide when to take data and all that, right? But drones are getting smarter and smarter. It's now you already have various sensors for the drone itself to already make sense of it. Drone can do real-time analysis even on the drone itself as well. Okay, now the next big thing is where it's not really about this drone anymore. It's really about thinking of this robot as network of drone, which means that this drone, you give it mission objective, it will do it by itself. So you don't require human anymore.
So it means that the drone can think by itself.
It can think by itself.
It can analyze and make
It
decisions.
can analyze and make decisions by itself.
Wow. Okay.
So that's the next big thing.
Okay. So, comparing it, because you have been operating in at the global stage, and you have the HQ is in Malaysia. You have businesses here as well. Do you see the different demands between global markets and Malaysia?
Okay.
Are we behind, or are we catching up?
I think
Kind of.
demands are pretty much the same elsewhere and anywhere we go. But adoptions are limited. Some region are more receptive to the technology. Some are not. Some are prepared to push the limit. Some are prepared to preserve legacy. Right? So I think the difference is just that. So that when I look at the rate of adoption, there are countries that adopt technology a lot faster. Hence, revenue is bigger over there. Some region, but even Malaysia, I mean, it's still one of the largest in Malaysia. But Malaysia is still also one of the cheapest in Malaysia. Cheapest rate for us to generate our revenue.
Okay.
I give you an example. We do a lot of telco tower work. In Australia, it's about 1,800 Aussie dollars per tower. In the US, it can reach $3,000. In Malaysia, it's 200-300
Ringgit.
ringgit. In India, 10 ringgit, $10. Okay. So you need to pick and choose your market as well. Even though they wanted it, then you cannot do this everywhere. You need to choose your market.
Yeah. I mean the market that can bring in more.
The revenue.
Yeah.
Sustainability. Yeah.
Yeah. And okay, you have been operating in various industries, I believe, right? So which industry that actually surprised you with how they are using?
Okay, we serve 4 industries.
Okay.
So the 4 industries, number 1 is agriculture.
Agriculture.
So there's a massive opportunity for this technology to actually improve agricultural operation. Okay, so for example, we are able to increase yield for our customer. 20-30% yield is quite common. We can automate the process and all that. Okay, so first you have agriculture. Number 2, we have critical infrastructure. So critical infrastructure means power line. It could be road, highway, bridges, so on and so forth. Right. So critical infrastructure also very costly to manage, to maintain them. So we provide avenues where this can be done in a lot more effective kind of manner. Then we also have logistics. Then we also have security solutions. So we have four different solutions.
You're not going into military?
We are pro-humanity.
Okay. Okay, itu soalan nakal sikit. Okay. You talk about that, you know, AI is evolving so fast, and to be to continue to be the leader, then you need to keep on pushing the boundaries. So how do you balance R&D investment? Of course, you need to invest on that between current products and future bets.
You're right, Prof. I think, and this is actually one of our biggest challenges. This industry or this purpose that we decided to pursue require significant R&D. And oftentimes it takes deep tech company like us a very long time before they can have major impact in the industry. Take Palantir, for example. Took them close to 20 years before they are profitable.
20 years.
20 years, right? So that's why they raise billions upon billions, right? And they are funded in the sense that they work with the government. They solve significant sovereign problem, whether it's security, whether it's industries, and all that. So we have that vision too. My vision is I do not want to do the project monitoring only. I do not want to do the inspection only. My vision is to be able to solve this grand problem for any country. How to secure your food security, how to secure your critical infra that you have. Of course, we do it in a small way to start with because we have limited resources.
Talking about tech, this is out of the questions that I have planned, but there's one professor, the late professor at Harvard Business School, Professor Clegg Christensen. He's known as the father of disruptive innovation. He's a strong advocate that the concept of what you call market disruption. It's not market disruption, dia panggil market apa?
Digital transformation.
So meaning that you got to create a market. Sometimes the tech is more advanced than
yes, I see where you're going. Yes,
it's kind of like there's a book by him that's called Prosperity Paradox, meaning that instead of creating
I read that book halfway.
You can create a market by pushing it, by creating the market. So what do you think in this industry, like Malaysia, instead of being the followers, you as the tech company can drive the government or the community to?
I think this is orang Kelantan kata soal dia cepung. Boleh dah?
Boleh. Kita campur ni, campurization.
Right. But you are absolutely right. Okay, I think it requires significant investment. This is a big problem. This is a big problem to solve. But I'm resonated by something that I saw in China recently. Recently is last year in this one. So I went to see a partner of ours in Wuhan. So people would think, what? Wuhan? COVID capital.
Wuhan.
So I went there. And actually a drone partner as well. I mean, they're doing drone as well with us. But of course I was impressed with the technology, but what I was more impressed was the conversation that we had in the boardroom with the CEO at that time. So what they had was, we were in a big boardroom. I was sitting in the middle. They were sitting the other side, and everyone was there in the room. Then they have two vertical letters in Chinese, which I can read. I don't know what it is. And then two at the back as well. So conversation started was me asking him, what is it on the screen, right? On that design. Oh, he said, this is our mantra in China in general. I said, what is it? Okay. The other one I'll translate in English. Okay? On the left, it says, remember your purpose.
Remember your purpose. Okay.
Next to it, execute your mission.
Okay.
So purpose drive, but purpose alone without execution, things will fail. So that resonated with me. I said, wow, okay, smart. Which means that they are looking at things on a long-term basis. They don't do because it's fashionable to do. They look at big purpose, right? They look at the big problem to solve in society, in technology, and right. But it's a long-term play. You don't do this because it will take you 3 months to do this. You don't do this because it takes 10 years, but you do this until you solve the problem. Or rather, you find ways to do things better as well. So remember the purpose, because purpose will allow you to survive difficult times. It provides clarity for you. So I thought that was beautiful. Yeah. Remember your purpose, but it's not just purpose. Execute your mission. You have clarity in mind, but you don't execute, you will not get anywhere.
Yeah, I think that is probably the advantage of the China government, because the government is quite stable.
The government think in long term. You're right. Yeah. They think in long term. They don't think about the short term. It's not short term.
Yeah, because the continuity must be there.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, because all right. So let's move on to the third one on the innovation and entrepreneurship. Just now we are talking about taking risks. Innovation means risk to me. How do you experiment without jeopardizing the company?
As a tech company, first we talk about the being brave enough to take risks. Then second step is really about having a guardrail, so to speak. How do you invest in technology, invest in R&D, at the same time making sure the company is sustainable. For a typical startup, deep tech startup, they raise a lot of money. They raise a lot of money, patient capital that enable them to do that. We are handicapped in these two in Malaysia, right? So, but we have another strength, and the other strength is that our cost here is a lot lower than if we were to do this in America or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think it's always the situation in humanity in general that when you have scarce resource, that's when you become creative. Yeah. So we apply creativity again on how to do more with less.
Yeah. Okay. So there's a strong advantage as well to be in Malaysia because of the lower cost.
But we also need the quality as well. Yeah. Quality and exposure.
That's another one. To get the talent. Do you have challenges in getting the right talents here?
Intrinsically, we have smart people here.
Yeah. Okay.
But if you don't have exposure, you don't have experience, you cannot compete with people that have that exposure, people that have that experience working on prior work. That's how you have the multiplication factor, right? The more exposure you have, the more you can do. So knowledge, technology, capability is only the foundation. Right? So you need experience in order to build something new.
Okay. So next question, what lessons from Aerodyne's global scaling could benefit Malaysian startups? You are kind of like godfather of the startups.
Then I have to speak like So no, I think is really to keep going when the going gets tough. Number one, and it's a difficult thing. It's you get humiliated, you get vilified, all kind of things will be thrown at you. I mean, that's the life of an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's number one. Just keep going. Number two is to work with the scarce resource that you have. So you have to be creative. You have to use whatever leverage that you can find. Go ahead and do that. Number three is and things will get tough. And number three is really to, again, that's why for me, purpose is very important.
Mentally, you must be very strong.
You very strong.
To be resilient enough.
Yeah, you need to be.
So my next question is, how important is culture in sustaining innovation?
Oh, culture is everything. Culture is everything for any organization. So when we were small, I still remember at the time where, they're all still here, my pioneering team, right? I still remember at that time, like, we are beyond brothers, beyond families, we are a united front, Everyone is so excited about our mission. I still remember. I mean, we have that. And even as we grow, I still feel that we have that as well. But it's different than the early days. It's different because we have different mix of people already at that time.
Yeah.
So you're right. To the question, answer to your question is that culture is everything. It's a make or break. If you're not able to put culture together, and that's it. Culture. The common thing you say, culture will eat in your organization for breakfast. You're not able to put this in.
So if you can share, what are one thing that you do to keep that culture or everyone's together at Aerodyne?
Number one is to be clear on the structure. How do you want to do it? That's why people that comes in here, they receive a booklet called the Aerodyne Way.
Okay.
That talks about how we do things here, what is expected of everyone, and we often talk about this. Then they go through all of this program as well. Culture is everything.
Yeah. We also talk about taking risks. If you can share with us, what's one example of risk that paid off or one that didn't?
Oh, okay. Okay, let me give one example of something that we did. Number one, because at that time we don't have a lot of resource. We were small, we were not funded. There was a time that I was not even funded. So whatever that we make, we invest back on R&D. So we were doing a project. Initially, we were doing project monitoring. Project monitoring was highly profitable for us, but the top line is not big. We were just making maybe less than 10 million at that time. But I'm insatiable. I want to grow the company bigger as well. Then I started to look at industrial inspection. Right. So industrial inspection means the first one that I look at is the power line, the electrical infrastructure. I was looking at some companies globally that were already doing that, and unfortunately for them, is that they actually publish on YouTube their platform, their technology. Okay. So when I look at it, no, that's not very smart. You're telling people what you do. So it enabled me to improve immediately from what they have done.
Okay.
So I built my first software. Again, when we build that, also we do it in a very cost-effective way. And then, of course, we iterate and we improve over time.
And back to the culture a bit. How do you keep your teams thinking creatively when you are already at, say, number one? Or among the top players in prototype?
It's always a journey.
Yeah.
Right? It's always a journey. Even in our journey, we always go through up and down, up and down. But if we look at it from a narrow perspective, you see up and down, up and down. Actually, it's not like that. The up and down actually goes this way. Every up and down that we go through is actually bring us higher level. So I always tell the youngster over here in the company, it's like they're all gamers mostly. Okay. So I tell them, when you play game, what happened? What do you need to do before you go to the next level? You kill the level boss. When you play game, right? You kill the level boss, you go to the next level. Then you go up. Same thing with the company as well. You will always come to a point in time where you have a problem that you need to solve. If you don't solve, it's the end. Solving it allows you to go to the next level. Then the cycle repeats again and again and again. So in other words, when you face a problem, it tells you that you are ready to grow. Instead of it's bringing you down, it should encourage you, because the universe is telling you that you are ready to go to the next level.
Okay. So I think one thing is that we need to play games because I only play word game. Itu je. Okay, Dato. Before we take a quick break, I'm gonna ask you this quick fire questions. There are 5.
So quick answer as well.
Quick answer as well. The first one, favorite gadget you cannot live without.
Oh, my iPhone. My phone. Whatever phone it is.
Okay, morning routine, coffee or tea?
None of the above. I drink water.
You drink water?
I don't drink
That's good for your health. One book you think everyone in tech should read?
Oh, too many. But everyone in tech. Can you circle back to this one? Because I have too many. I need to choose one.
Okay.
One book in tech. To be honest, I read a lot of books in the past,
Mm.
but today I don't read books anymore because whatever that I needed, I can get it online already.
From AI?
Yeah, from anything. Yeah. When you go to the next question before.
Okay.
As well, I think then I'll
Yeah.
get one book. Yeah.
So the next one is the most memorable country you have worked in and why?
Chile.
Chile.
Yeah, Chile.
Oh.
I think it's one of the most
South America.
South America. I think it's the most beautiful, some of the most beautiful place in the world. Very untouched, and you're far away from everything, and even the name is romantic. It's crazy, So I remember Chile is 5,000 kilometers from the top to bottom, and I drove some part of it. And the name
It's kind of like thin, long country,
the thin,
right? On the west side?
Yes, on the west side, yeah. And the name of the road was Ruta del Fin del Mundo in Spanish.
Okay.
And meaning road to the end of the world. Even the name is crazy. So I went there. I went to Torres del Paine, which is the bottommost part of the country. And it's a beautiful place.
You need a visa to go there?
You
Malaysia?
do, but you should go.
Yeah. How long will it take to?
30 hours.
Wow.
You have to change flight once. Either you change flight in Australia, or you change flight in Dubai, or you change flight in Netherlands. I've done all three, all four.
Okay. You have an office there?
We have it.
Yeah. Okay. And the last one, before we go back to the third question on that book, hopefully you can remember. If Aerodyne wasn't in drone, what other industry would you love to dominate?
As I mentioned before, I love photography. So it's not really a business. Okay. You're talking about business. If I don't do it as a business, then maybe healthcare.
Healthcare.
Okay. In fact, that's probably what I do after Aerodyne.
So
I'm looking at actually this is Azita, my better half. They said, what do we want to do post Aerodyne? They said, let's invest in hospital. If AirAsia built a mantra of now everyone can fly, now everyone can get good healthcare at a low cost. That's what I want to do.
By interjecting the AI thing,
All kind of things, either AI or getting like-minded people with the same purpose. So that's our plan, or rather our vision post Aerodyne.
That's very interesting. Affordable healthcare for everyone.
Affordable, good healthcare.
Good healthcare.
Because of that, my second daughter is also almost finishing. She's actually a brain surgeon, neurosurgeon.
Wow.
So she could be part of this as well. So we planned from early on.
Because I was in Beijing like 6-7 years ago, and the way they transform the health industry is kind of like mind blowing.
It's very expensive. Good healthcare is very expensive around the world. But I thought, why not? Why can't we do this? Even just like air travel before, it's very expensive.
Okay. So I thought before we take a quick break, you like to have you got that book? Anyone? Any book?
Maybe not book for entrepreneurship, but a book that actually changes my mind.
Okay.
Changes my horizon.
Yeah.
And the book is called The Brief History of Ideas, from Fire to Freud.
From Fire
to Freud.
Okay.
The philosopher, right?
Yeah.
Brief History of Ideas. It talks about the history of mankind. I mean, it will change your worldview if you read this book. From the history of humanity before modern thing, and then the history of invention. While it's not really about entrepreneurship, but it's about life itself. It changes my perception.
And I think the entrepreneurship is about solving people's life.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a quick break. Thank you, Dato.
Thank you.
So far, so very interesting. Okay. Okay, welcome back to Voices of MGSEB. We are going into segment number 4. We have covered 3, and this segment will focus on tech education. Dato, the first question on this segment is, how prepared do you think are Malaysian graduates compared to those in other countries?
Orang Kelantan kata soalan cikgu rumah ni.
Tak apa. Put some spices. Okay.
Yeah, I think my take, if I were to turn back the clock, say 3 years ago, or maybe 3 to 5 years ago, I think it's challenging. I can say this from the angle of how, as we interact, as we build business globally, and I look at the readiness of foreign talent as compared to our talent, challenging.
Okay.
Challenging. So that tells me there are gaps to be closed, either from not so much pure technical knowledge. And I think that our talents are really good at that.
Okay.
Pure technical knowledge, and they are there, they are solid, they are knowledgeable, but execution is the problem, which is the problem solving, the ability to innovate, to come up with ideas. That's where we experience a gap.
So the foundations are there.
Foundations are pretty
Strong.
solid, pretty solid. But it's one thing being able to regurgitate data points, but it's not about that. It's really about you innovating and creating something new and solving problem. And I think personally, and I think where we lack, where we falter, is the human side.
Okay.
It's the human side, the hunger, the integrity, the want, the drive to actually make things happen, for example. I think that's the part where I see the professionalism, if you like. There's the part where I see some gaps between talents in some region and what we have over here. In terms of technical knowledge, if you ask to write about something, very good. Okay? But if you ask to solve problem, it can be quite challenging.
Okay. Solving problems relates to the ability to be creative, innovative, and the way you look at things. Right.
And also multidisciplinary.
Yeah.
So which means that you need to be able to connect a lot more dots to get to optimal position. So that's what my humble opinion.
Yeah. I remember Steve Jobs said, when he was 21, that there's one reporter asked him, what is the secret of your success? Because you are only 21. And Steve Jobs mentioned that he discovered something, which is most of the time people don't ask the question why.
Don't ask the question why. Okay.
Yeah. So and he said that it's not rocket science. It's that if you keep on asking questions why, going deeper and deeper, then
that's first principle thinking.
Yeah.
Right?
Discover many things. So I think that probably what that we need to inject into our
creativity and asking questions.
Yeah.
I still remember. I don't know whether you remember the late Ahmad did that.
Yeah.
I used to when I was in the UK. One time I was arranging a session for him to come to my place, and he said, "No, I don't want to do." I said, "Why are you insulting me?" Jokingly. No. I don't want to talk to Malaysian. I said, "What? Malaysian don't ask questions."
Yeah.
He's the quietest all the time. I talk to anybody. People who always engage, interactive Malaysian. They don't ask a single question. But he was joking.
Yeah.
But that's true.
Yeah. I think it's more challenging to ask questions than giving answers.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Okay. What's missing? Do you think in Malaysia's tech education system? If we go into tech,
I think honestly, looking at the the local talents that I have over here, right? I don't think we are missing in terms of contents, the knowledge itself. We are not missing that.
Okay.
But I think what we are missing is the role. What we are missing is the ability to reinvent and even invent and then to connect dots. I think we are missing that part. And then over time, because what we learn is really, I'm sure it serves multiple purposes. One of it is knowledge, but I think number two is really about getting us to think and to critically analyze the whatever that we learn, right? I mean, with that, then we can develop new things, right? Because knowledge needs to evolve. Knowledge doesn't stay still. Even more so today. I mean, the dynamics of the world today, especially with AI, everything changes very quickly. So if we don't change, we can get obsolete very, very quickly.
Yeah, because I think tech has disrupted many things, meaning that not only in the tech education itself, but also businesses and other
everything.
areas.
It changes the world.
So somehow, I think our education system must take that into account. And second, I think this one, in last podcast, I asked the same question. I shared the same thing that in Korea, when I talked to one professor who was the advisor to Samsung, LG, and a few other big Korean companies, he said that he discovered one thing. The key to innovation is empathy. Because through empathy, you observe, you listen to what people, and then you discover many things, and that push the innovation side of it. What do you think of it?
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. Empathy, but I think another one is about curiosity. Because I think a lot of the time we take whatever is thrown at us, and we accept acceptance, right? So I think curiosity enables us to always think, is this right? Can this be done better? What about doing it another way? Can I do another way, make it even faster? I think that's also very important.
Yeah, there's one term, people call it as habituation. We do things because that's
the way always been done.
Okay, so you have been advisors to quite a number of universities, I believe.
Yes.
One is UMK. And how can companies like Aerodyne work more closely with universities? What's your thought on that?
We are already doing this with many with various universities. In fact, one of it we are also doing micro credential program with some universities. Whatever they go through our program, it goes towards their degree credit as well. So that's one. We also do co-development, where we get students involved in some research that we have done.
The real problem.
We are also working on joint R&D work also with some universities.
You have traveled a lot, like those countries like the US and China, which is leading in terms of tech. Any models, specific models that you know from those countries that we in Malaysia can adapt?
I think the main thing is long-term thinking.
Long-term thinking.
I mean, if you want to change something, you want to change the world, it's a long-term view of things. It's not like, okay, I want to get results in 3 months. I think that's probably is one of the important things, but followed by consistency. So we want to execute something, so we do it. But if you don't have the will, we don't have the whatever it takes to continue until it happens, then it's a waste of time for everybody. So you must have that long-term thinking.
So if we set a vision, say Malaysia 2050, so meaning that no matter
2050. Okay, that makes sense. We need to have that long-term thinking.
So no matter who's the government is or who's the minister,
we shouldn't change.
We should use that as our guiding principle.
Yes, correct. I think the secret sauce to China, actually. And of course another one as well. You see, China, they have this thing called the mayor economy. So of course you have the central government and all that, but a lot of decisions are being done, being executed at state or whatever, at the major economy. I think that is the one of the main factor why China became who they are today, the major economy.
So if you had the opportunity to redesign Malaysia's tech curriculum from scratch, where would you start?
I would say it starts from creating a curious mind.
Okay.
So we want to inculcate that thing first, so that people question and ask everything. You know,
Okay.
I think that's the foundation. That is the foundational thing. I think it's the curiosity that would. So we need to inculcate that. You need to encourage failure. You know, encourage people to ask questions all the time. And then I see this. In fact, I had a poignant moment that I thought, wow, this is it. I remember I was in Margaret River in Australia at that time, and we were doing a tour underground and all that. So it's because the path was very narrow and small. It was me and my children and my wife. We were following the same thing. But ahead of me was an Australian mother with two young kids. And they were asking all kind of questions.
The kids
Asking the mother, why is this, mommy? Why is this? Why is this? Continuously asking. And you know what the mother said? Dia tak kata, diam lah. Dia tak kata. She was talking and explaining everything to the kids. That is curiosity. And being encouraged by the mother. I think that's the mindset shift that we need to have. I know because we are all busy, I probably was guilty doing the same thing as well. But I still remember in my mind, oh shucks, this is it.
But I think we should start from primary school.
Yeah.
Because if we want to start at higher education, university level, that's
too late. Yeah. Actually, primary school, but also education beginning at home as well.
Yeah.
So I think maybe again it's too late, right? So now the youngsters here, the younger one that's about to get married and build their family must remember this. The success of our children depends on this. How do we bring them up? How we plant curiosity in their mind to ask difficult question, to ask whatever question. Kita kalau dekat kampung tanya, gila sana, ada hantu. Tak nak bagi dia keluar. Tak lagi. Right. So we need to inculcate the curiosity, because I think everything starts from having that curious mind.
Because most parents would say like, jangan itu jadi gini apa semua, rather than sometimes we just let them explore things. Because curiosity actually spark innovation. Okay. How do you see AI affecting the type of skill we need?
AI.
Cerita sikit, ni banyak sikit tu.
I think humanity, kita ni human. Are we all human?
Okay, nak kena check.
So I think humanity has never experienced this. I even for me, I would even think that this could be humanity final invention. In other words, it could be the end of it. Because this is, we are creating something that we don't really know where it can go. In fact, there's two school of thoughts here with the current AI. Right? On one hand, we have Yuval Noah Harari. I think you probably know him, the Israeli historians and all that. Yuval has a more doomsday scenario. He's thought that the AI that we have today will become the humanity last invention, because as AI goes to AGI and ASI, it's all about optimization. AI would think, human taking unnecessary resource. System will change and whatever not, you can control. But on the other hand, we also have another view that it will lead to betterment of mankind. Everybody will no need to work anymore. Everybody will lead, because all the economic activity can be done by machine and AI. So we all have UBI, Universal Basic Income. So let's hope it's the second option, not the first option.
Because when you read about it, it can be pretty scary.
It is very scary.
Okay, Dato, let's move on to the last segment on the looking ahead. what's your vision for Aerodyne in the next decade?
If you all know Palante,
Mhm.
right? The viewers know Palante. I would like to think of Aerodyne as the Palante of the global south. It's about us proving to the world that we can build leading edge technology out of this region.
Mm.
And many people that I've spoken to, when they did not know that we were from Asia, from Malaysia,
Mhm.
they were very impressed. And then they were even more impressed when they say, oh, this is built
Mhm.
from you guys. With limited resource, with limited funding, we built this.
Untuk Palante, I think received quite strong support from.
Yeah, I think there
Yeah.
is. I don't know.
So in your case, you want to be like, if you could change three things in Malaysia's national policy on tech and innovation, what would they be? To help ease the growth of
Three
startups.
in
Yeah,
Malaysia.
2 or 3.
Okay. I think number one, have a more long-term horizon.
Long-term horizon.
Long-term horizon and put in meaningful investment. Okay, so that's number one.
Yeah.
And number two, don't measure startup, Malaysian startup, based on their failure.
Mm.
Because failure is always the biggest lesson,
Mhm.
right? So you have to fail before you can go, right?
Yeah.
The more failure you make, the more you are learning. So,
Mm.
so you don't measure startup straight away from their commercial success. It doesn't work that way.
Okay.
And of course, if
Yeah.
I may add another thing is that there's no magic in this. It's hard work
Yeah.
and resource. Give meaningful resource for this. Okay?
Yeah.
Right on top of this room, I have another small room like this, exact smaller, half of this size.
Mhm.
That's where I have confession room with startup.
Dark room kind of.
Yeah, that room kind of room. So people will come and see, people in the industry will come and see me as the abang long of this. And I hear all kind of challenges that they face. Something that is not unfamiliar for me. I mean, I also can resonate with what they were saying.
Yeah.
But it's common. There's a common story here that ecosystem don't understand them. Ecosystem do not provide enough funding, enough support. The most common of all is that how difficult and how painful it is to run a startup.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get humiliated, you get second guess with whatever that you do. You know, there's always critics. When you fail, the buzzword and kata dah.
Yeah.
So we are in this privilege, underprivileged
Yeah.
environment. So this re-education, this exposure is necessary if Malaysia were to become a tech-producing nation. Risk-taking is important. Failure is important because that's just a great filter and that's also the biggest lesson. This must happen. Not very quickly jump and boom. You're bad, you're not good, you fail because you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Failure is very important.
Despite all the challenges, one positive side of it is that I think I have seen myself the trend of on the numbers of startup, the number of young people who are have that courage to start a business, especially in tech, is
It's a good thing, all right?
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
and even in universities now, you won't heard about it last probably 3-4 years. Even now at UMK, we have quite
Yeah.
a
That's
number
good.
of students who
Once
dare,
again,
brave enough to start a business. So, what your advice that you could give to these young Malaysians who want to be part of the next wave of global tech innovators?
My advice is to keep going when the going gets tough, and it's definitely going to get tough. So that's number one, to get going. Maybe number two is it's really about grit,
Great.
determination,
Yeah.
and consistency. You will have to go through this. It will be either 100 times or 50 times or maybe 1,000 times that you feel like giving up. But keep going.
Keep going.
Yeah.
So I'm lucky to be part of this, slowly mentoring, but small number of student startup and also the real startup out there. So Yeah, I can resonate with what you were saying. You really need to have that kind of resilience, mentally strong, kind of that. So Dato, on reflection, the last one, what's one thing about you that most people don't know? If you want to share.
What's one thing?
Yeah. Yang saya pun tak tahu.
Yeah. I'll tell what people know first lah. Or how my wife described me.
Okay.
Dia kata you durian.
Durian.
Dia kata kalau orang nampak garang dengan tajam-tajam durian, kat dalam dia.
Cik. Sweet, manis, juicy. Okay, that's satu perumpamaan. Very interesting, durian. Unfortunately, I'm not a durian.
I'm not too.
Okay, and the second last one, if you could give yourself, your younger self, one piece of advice, what would it be?
To drop what I was doing earlier and go into this immediately.
Okay.
Earlier, to do this earlier.
Meaning that you want to start it
I want to
much earlier.
start much earlier.
Okay. So, Dato Kamarul, thank you so much
Thank you, Prof.
for sharing your remarkable journey with us today.
Thank you.
And your story is a powerful, I would say, testament to how vision, innovation, perseverance can turn a Malaysian startup into a global leader. And from the early days of building Aerodyne with limited resources to shaping industries worldwide with drones, AI, and data-driven solutions, you have shown us what it truly means to dream big and to execute. You mentioned about execution many times, with determination. And to our listeners, thank you for tuning in. We hope Dato Kamarul's insight on tech in education and innovation have sparked new ideas and inspired you to embrace change, think globally, and to act boldly in your own journey. So please subscribe, share, and stay with us as we continue to bring you voices that matter from MGSEB and beyond. And I'm Prof. Azizi, and this has been Voices of MGSEB. Until next time, take care, stay curious, and keep learning. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.